they are messing with you. They're playing with you. They are trying to get you to sell right now. The price of Bitcoin has fallen down slightly. It's around 62.4. And if you were just watching this without really paying attention to what's going on, you might be kind of scared because we're getting closer to this range, around 60,000, around 59,000. And we were just at 67. You'd say, wow, we continue to see lower highs, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. But I think you might be missing what's actually happening behind the scenes. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. Also, there's going to be a link to Margex underneath the video in case you want to trade cryptocurrency, especially if we get back into this range around 59,000. Like, I put in some long positions when we're around this point and then we move back up. Let's say you're on a 10x and you go up 10%, that's a 100% return. If you do want to try out Margex, there's a link to it underneath the video. There's also a link to CoinW and to Blowfin. Those are two other exchanges that are a little bit bigger than Margex that offer more trading pairs. So in case you want to trade smaller assets, you can try those as well. But Margex is powered by TradingView, which is pretty nice. You can chart everything right here and then you can leave it here for the next time you log in. Bitcoin's price is falling down. All of crypto's prices are falling down. I mean, Ethereum was just at 3,300 yesterday. Now it's at 3,160. Now, what exactly is happening? We've been getting some pieces of news, such as Russia preparing for a total crypto ban as geopolitical tensions rise. So people probably are worried like, oh, hey, China can ban crypto. Russia can ban crypto. What the heck? They're banning crypto to reinforce ruble as geopolitical tensions and sanctions spread. However, this is just, let me read this. Russia will enforce a strict ban on the general circulation of crypto assets, such as Bitcoin, allowing only digital financial assets issued within its jurisdiction. The initiative, led by Aksakov, chairman of the State Duma Committee of the Financial Market, is part of a broader governmental effort to control the crypto ecosystem amid rising geopolitical tensions. They say that the forthcoming legislation aims to restrict non-Russian crypto operations to reinforce the ruble's dominance. So let's move on to this. The bill will carve out exceptions for crypto miners and crypto bank-sponsored test projects. So they're still going to be mining crypto. So there's not going to be any ban on Bitcoin mining. And they've also used some crypto. They say that they produce over 2.59 billion in liquidity for foreign trade settlements in Russia. And this is part of an intense internal debate among Russian policymakers regarding crypto. The regulation of cryptocurrency should be prescribed in the digital code, which would clearly spell out the conceptual apparatus and common judicial law enforcement practice. In contrast, another person has pushed for a more moderated stance. So they're basically infighting whether they should allow crypto to be used. It makes sense. It's this great asset that can provide a lot of freedom. So maybe your citizens get extra freedom, but you have less control, right? We've seen this over and over with countries that like to overreach, but they basically said, hey, we're still going to use it ourselves, right? We're telling you to give it up, but we're not going to give it up. What have we seen when countries have done this? We've actually seen sometimes that the usage has gone up. It's people that weren't really interested say, hey, maybe if the government's taking this away, maybe there's something to it. Maybe I actually need to have this. So that's quite interesting. Also, we did get some news. Australia's largest stock exchange could list and approve a spot ETF by the end of the year. So basically, they had seen large inflows from US ETFs, and they're saying, hey, maybe we should list our first ETFs. And this is coming from Bloomberg. Its report, citing sources familiar with the matter, noted that several issuers, including VanEck and local firms BetaShares and DigitalX, have already submitted their ETF applications earlier this year. We know tomorrow the Hong Kong ETFs are likely are going to start trading their Bitcoin ETFs, right? So that's going to unlock a big market. But now ASX also has a domestic market capitalization of nearly $3 trillion. So another big chunk of money has access to crypto. So yes, the price of Bitcoin's falling, but we still have bullish things happening. Now, we're seeing a bullish divergence as well on the 4-hour with RSI. So this is the Wolf of All Streets showing this chart. It's not oversold, so we're not getting into this oversold territory here. So not as strong a signal, but RSI also never made it to overbought. Okay, so this is part of the game that's played too, right? This is often a bottom signal. The price continues to fall down, but RSI starts to move up. We've fallen down a decent amount too, not to oversold, right? But we have fallen very close to it. So when we were all worried that Bitcoin moved basically from 42, 39 maybe, all the way up to 74 quickly, right? And everyone was worried, well, we're really overbought. We could see a massive dip. That's what we've seen over the last couple of weeks, but it wasn't massive. Actually, the last couple months. So yes, we had a massive move up. Let me actually bring it out to the daily here. We had a big move up all the way from, again, 42, actually 38 to 74. So we moved up, nearly 2x from late January to late March, mid-March. So over 2 months, Bitcoin's price pretty much doubled. And then we've just been trending sideways. This is actually healthy. Now, of course, we could always make a lower low, but we are seeing kind of a rounding out here. We are seeing a bullish divergence, which is good. We could see another move back up here. And this has been healthy. This is the game that they play. They try to get you to freak out, try to get you to jump back in as heavy as possible at the second peak, 73. You think we're going to go up to 100, but instead drops back down. Then comes back up, drops down. Trying to freak you out, trying to flush you out of the market. Now, I want to talk about a couple other things that have happened over the last 24 hours. We're going to talk about some things within crypto, outside of crypto, but first I want to talk about Camino. Now, partner of the channel, Camino Network, has some exciting news. In case you didn't know, Camino Network is announcing the first public sale of Camino token, the native cryptocurrency of the Layer 1 for the global travel industry. Now, they just completed a $10 million private sale. And to give a little bit more background on Camino Network, just in general, it's a public and permissioned blockchain specifically designed for the travel industry and run by a consortium of travel industry participants. It promises to transform the travel industry by enabling participants to build and deploy decentralized applications powered by smart contracts. Now, they have a token sale going on right now for early adopters. If you want to buy now, you can go through their website. I'll leave a link to this underneath the video. If you want to wait, you can always do that too. These private sales and public sales can be explosive, right? Especially in a bull run, but they can also shoot up and then dive down on the day of the launch. So make sure that you understand the risks and rewards with it. Now, if you want to check them out, I'll leave links to them underneath the video. You can go give them a follow over on Twitter or check out their website. Check out the sale on their website as well. Thank you so much to Camino Network for being a partner of the channel, and let's keep moving. Okay, big news for Tesla. Tesla's up 12.4% in the pre-market, and keep in mind, this is after we're up 20% in the last 5 days. Actually, it's up 13.4%. A lot of shorts are having to cover right now. Now, why is that? And we'll get back to crypto here in a second, some Bitcoin news, some altcoin news. But why is this? Well, Gary Black breaks the news. Tesla wins preliminary approval from Chinese officials to roll out FSD in China, partnering with Baidu. Tesla has won Beijing's blessing to roll out their advanced driver assistance service in China, as Chief Executive Elon Musk made a surprise visit to the company's biggest overseas market. Chinese officials told Tesla that Beijing has tentatively approved the company's plans to launch its full self-driving or FSD software feature in the country. according to people familiar with the matter. The U.S. electric vehicle maker will deploy its autonomous driving services based on mapping and navigation functions provided by Chinese technology giant Baidu, the people said. The partnership clears an important regulatory hurdle for Tesla to offer its driver assistance system there. Partnering with a Chinese company helps ease regulators' concern over any data security risks, the people said. Bloomberg earlier reported the deal with Baidu, which in addition to its core search engine business has expanded into autonomous driving and artificial intelligence. The approval follows a meeting between Musk and top Chinese officials. So Tesla just got the green light to have FSD in China. This is good for a couple different reasons. One, it shows that they still have a very strong relationship with China, right? And yes, they partnered with a Chinese company, which makes it probably an even stronger relationship, because it's not like Tesla's just making a bunch of money, no one else benefits. No, the company Baidu also benefits. So it shows that renewed strength. Some people get worried over geopolitical tension and Tesla within China, but it shows, hey, there's still a lot of goodwill there. Two, it also means that Tesla can start selling this to probably millions of people over in China at $6,000 a pop. That could be pretty big. Maybe that's another reoccurring revenue stream, a monthly revenue stream for them that could be pretty big in the future. I mean, think about that. If 1 million people start buying this at $200 a month, right, that's $200 million in pretty much just straight cash flow coming into the business, $2.4 billion. So I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that could be a big revenue driver moving forward. Three, it also gives them more miles driven. It helps their neural nets. It helps with the progression of FSD. So this is big news. You can see people are considering this big news, up 13.4%. I actually added to Tesla when it was in this range, 140, right before their earnings. Now, I said specifically, this is not an earnings play, but it just seems pretty cheap right now. It seems too cheap. So I bought more. Now it's up, It's up 18%, but then another 13% on top of that. So somewhere around 30, 35% it's up since I bought it. So a good buy there for sure, but that's the thing with Tesla. If it gets too low, you just have to swallow it up, in my opinion, right? If it gets close to a 30 priced earnings, you buy it. Okay, now it doesn't get there very often, but when it does, you got to have your sniper rifle out. ZeroL, this is a company or a crypto that I've invested into. A lot of big followers here. They're the leading lending market on ZK Sync, Manta, Blast, Linea. They're audited by a variety of companies, and they're also incubated by MahaDAO. So they've got a lot going. They have a big launch coming up. 2 important updates about the Zero launch. 4+ exchanges, tier 1 exchanges included on day 1. This is happening in about a week. So you can join the Discord and discuss the why in more detail. This is going to be a big launch, right? They haven't talked about exactly who they're launching with. They pushed it back a little bit because they've tried to get a lot of tier 1 exchanges in on this. But you can see a little bit more information about the TGE. 15 to 17% of the supply will go to the community as an airdrop. 90% of this drop will go to suppliers and borrowers on ZeroL. How big is the drop? 15 to 17% of the supply, 5% through zero gravity, 10 to 12% through early zero. Vesting for community, both zero gravity points and early zero drop will have the same vesting, 40% up front, 3-month cliff, 3-month linear. So you can go get verified on Discord, join ZeroL Discord and verify to earn 100 zero gravity points. So there's some things that you can do to get a free airdrop as well. Now, go follow them on Twitter if you haven't done that already. Again, this is going to be a big drop, in my opinion. I am invested, to be clear. Just want to throw it out there. But I think this is going to be pretty big. And Lark Davis, let's bring it all back to Bitcoin. A massive Bitcoin supply shock is brewing. A lot of people, we get lost. We get lost in the price action. We're down a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months, and we just kind of forget. With Bitcoin halving just happening, Miners now produce 450 Bitcoin a day. US spot Bitcoin ETFs alone have been buying over 3,000 Bitcoin on the average day. Now, this is the average, right? It's not the last week or two. That's why part of the reason we've seen just kind of trending sideways or trending down. Hong Kong spot ETFs are about to start trading starting tomorrow. Asian countries like South Korea, Japan, Singapore, China are all looking to approve Bitcoin ETFs following Hong Kong's lead. Australian Securities Exchange is expected to approve spot ETFs by end of year. Institutions worldwide are lining up to own a piece of the Bitcoin pie. Bitcoin supply on all exchanges is at an all-time low. OTC desks are running dry. The bull run is going to get way crazier than you think, and this is all when the financial markets have not been expanding, right? We've been actually contracting money supply. We've had very difficult conditions. We've had high interest rates, right? There's not a ton of liquidity. Imagine when liquidity starts moving up again, right? It's crazy to think about, but the price of Bitcoin will skyrocket. There's going to be scarcity. And yeah, it's going to be an exciting time. So I hope you have your hands on as much Bitcoin as you wanted, because you don't know when we're just going to start shooting up and we don't come back down. Let me know your thoughts though underneath the video. Are you ready for this next leg up, or do you like us trending sideways? Again, there's a link to Margex, to Blowfin, also to CoinW, and you can check out Camino Network underneath the video as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next video.